Welcome. This is the story of a woman who has no idea what she's doing when it comes to gardening or growing vegetables, and how I did it anyway. So come along for the ride. Let's see what happens, and let's get ready to judge and shame. All right? So, if you haven't been here before, my name is Megan. Welcome. I typically focus on doing like decluttering, cleaning, household stuff. And today I'm showing you the results of my attempt at gardening for the very first time. I think I've tried to garden flowers before, but this is my first time doing anything edible or anything with vegetables. That's my husband and my daughter. What you're seeing here in the first few opening scenes is a few different days that were maybe a couple of weeks apart. My husband is pretty handy. He went ahead and we had these flower beds or these whatever, I don't know, gardening beds. And there's the plants I ended up buying from the nursery. We'll get there. We had these garden beds available for a long time, but as you saw at the very beginning, they were just kind of full of weeds. We've never really done much with them. I think one year I put a few sunflower seeds in there, but I've never really made a plan or done anything intentional with these garden beds. So what my husband did, I knew that I wanted something a little bit deeper so that I could grow vegetables. This is all theoretical, by the way. Like, I have no idea. The tools I'm using, that is a toddler rake from Costco. Like, that is a toddler gardening set. I don't have any real tools. You can see by the way that I'm handling this rake that I clearly am not one with the garden. This is a new activity to me. This is not something where it is in my bones as something I do often. So anyway, I knew I needed something a little bit deeper than what we had. So Ed went ahead and built up some more wood around the edges to just give a little more depth. And I did watch one YouTube video about gardening. It was lovely. It was from some guy in England, I guess. I don't know. But he suggested to use cardboard as a base underneath to prevent weeds from coming up. And I thought that was great because guess what? We already had tons of cardboard. So I put some cardboard down on the dirt that was already there. And I wet it down and I put it there as a barrier, and then I just put a bunch of dirt on top. And when I first did that, I thought that was great. I thought that was going to be a really good idea. But what I didn't do was buy more soil, which I think in hindsight I should have bought at least, I don't even know how, like... I'm going to explain that to you later. I don't even know how much soil, like how many cubic feet. Is that how you measure how much soil? Because I don't know. You'll see later, I measured this garden in size 10 tennis shoes. That's how many tennis shoes it was. And then ChatGPT did the rest of the calculating for me because I was too lazy to go get a measuring tape out of the garage. So this is the level of gardening you're dealing with. If you are a master gardener or if you have gardening experience, you're going to be mad. Like, you're going to be really upset with everything in this video. There's not going to be one thing that you're like, yes, that was a good job, Megan. You are going to be angry with me. So, sorry, I guess, about that, but I don't know, like, I'm not even sure what the point of this video is. I think it's to just share that this is what my life is like. Like, this is not like a gardening instructional video. This isn't like how to garden. This isn't, tips and tricks for starting your own vegetable garden. If you're looking for that, don't watch this video anymore because I'm not going to be able to give you any tips yet, because the garden hasn't been in long enough for me to know if I'm going to keep the plants alive. So let's let's go back to the beginning. I wish I had more dirt. That's number one. So let's keep track of mistakes. Mistake number one, I should have bought more soil or dirt or mulch, whatever. I should have bought more. There should be more here. Because I can already tell you that the depth of this is probably not deep enough for the plants that I purchased. The one I'm most concerned about being the carrots, because I feel like carrots, they probably need some depth to grow. What I'm planting right here is tomatoes. So here's what happened. So mistake number one, I didn't buy enough dirt. But instead of being patient and waiting and going to the store and buying more, I didn't. I did not do that. I didn't do that. Why didn't I do it? Well, I didn't do it because I have been kind of in a deep depression lately. And so whenever I have a moment of motivation or inspiration or energy, I gotta just go. Like, I gotta just do whatever the thing was that I wanted to do and do it right away, because otherwise it won't ever happen. Like, if I hadn't planted those plants that day, they would still be sitting in those little containers. And it's probably been like 2 weeks or more since this was filmed. So just so you know that that's why. It's a mental health issue. I am not well right now. And so I know I'm laughing kind of maniacally here. It's not funny. I really have been super depressed lately, and I have been exhausted and like really falling asleep in the afternoon, and like at home, not at work when I have clients. But as soon as I get home from picking my son up from school, I get in bed with my toddler and we fall asleep, and that's when we take our nap. And I've just been struggling. So anyway, that's why I didn't go back to the store and buy more dirt before I planted these poor defenseless plants. Now, let's talk about mistake number 1A. I guess not enough soil was 1B. But before I even made that mistake, the first mistake I made was that I thought I was going to grow these vegetables from seeds. Maybe I shouldn't even number the mistakes. There were so many mistakes. I feel like I'm going to lose track. All right, so number one was the dirt. Okay, I'll just go in order of how I'm telling you, even though chronologically it's not the same. Mistake number two was that I tried to grow these vegetables from seed with zero experience, zero research, zero information. I went to Walmart and I bought a little seed thing. I bought some packets of vegetable and fruit seeds, and then I bought those little like peat moss containers that you saw, and a couple of trays, like plastic trays to catch the water. And then I just put dirt in them. I put potting soil in them, and I put the seeds in, and I put them outside. And when I put them outside, it was still too cold. It was too cold. I didn't put them under a grow light. I didn't put them under like a humidity dome. I was aware that those were options, that those would probably be ideal conditions for growing plants from seeds, but I didn't do that. And you know why I didn't do that? Because at Walmart, I didn't buy the humidity covers. I didn't buy the right stuff, okay? And then when I realized my mistake and I realized that I needed those, and I should probably start the seeds indoors to give them the best chance at life, I didn't care. I didn't want to spend extra money to buy the humidity covers later. So I just put those bad boys outside in the cold. And I live in northern Illinois, if you're curious what climate I'm in. I think that's region 5 for growing in the United States. Zone 5 is where I'm at. I don't, again, gardeners, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to those poor plants, those seeds that never had a chance. Um, and so anyway, so that mistake was so number two, I guess, was just in general the idea that I thought I was going to grow these plants from seeds. That did not work. That was not good. And then the next mistake, I guess number three, was that I didn't buy the right equipment for that, right? Like, okay, forget the grow light. Like maybe I could have just put them in a sunny window, perhaps. But I needed that humidity cover. I needed that humidity cover, and I needed to keep them indoors. And I didn't. I didn't do that, and so they never grew. So those were those mistakes. What other mistakes did I make? I, oh, well, here's another mistake. Number four, my daughter eats a lot of berries. Okay. We go through a lot of berries in our house because, toddlers are addicted to berries. So I got berries. And I didn't get berries. Sorry. Let me go back. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second. I was thinking about going to Costco later and making sure I have enough time if you just want a little window into my brain. But okay, berries. So I bought a little starter bush, a little starter twig of a blueberry bush. Okay. I don't know how blueberries grow. I thought they were in a bog like cranberries, but no, grow on a bush. So Walmart sold these little twigs, these starters for blueberry bushes, and you have to get two different kinds, I guess, so they can cross pollinate. I don't know how that works. But they came in a 2-pack and I bought them, and I thought this is amazing. And then I asked my husband to please build me somewhere to plant them, and he was like, sure, I will do that. And then he didn't for a long time because work was crazy, and it just, life happened. And also, again, it was really cold still. It was like 40 degrees, 50 degrees. So those poor blueberry plants stayed in my kitchen in their little plastic wrap for, I don't know, a month and a half. Probably died in the process. They were probably deceased. And so you see that pink container in the bottom right hand corner, and I had dumped dirt out of it. That is the container that when I finally got around to transferring the blueberry bushes, I just put them in that container. Now, so mistake number 4 was that I bought those without a solid plan. Okay. I bought them without anywhere to put them, and it was too cold, and I let them die. But mistake number 5 is that I transferred them anyway. I was like, maybe they'll be okay. Like if I put them in more dirt and water them and give them sunlight. So mistake number 5 is that I put them in that pink bucket, and that pink bucket was like a $4 bucket at Target or the dollar store or something, and it doesn't have any drainage. Like there's no holes in the bottom. So I picked the wrong container. I put I'm sorry. This is really embarrassing now that I'm saying it all out loud and sharing it with you, but that's okay. Hopefully, you will laugh at me and judge me, and I can make money from that. So I put them in that container. I watered them every day, and nothing was happening. I really think I unalived those blueberry bushes. So that was mistake 4 and 5. like 4 was buying the blueberry bushes in the first place at the wrong time with no plan. And then number 5 mistake was planting them like that with, again, no plan or research whatsoever. Again, in the cold, in 40 to 50 degree weather. So they didn't have a chance. So RIP blueberry bushes. Now let's carry on. We are now looking at mistake number 6, I guess we could say. Mistake number 6, I don't even know how many there are. I'm just naming them as I think of them and see them here. Number 6 is these cages, these tomato cages. I didn't, like, I'm not a math person. You know how some people are type A and they're like, they have an Excel sheet for everything and they plan things and like they draw out a map and a plot if they're going to make a garden and like they go into the nursery like with a plan. I don't know if you can tell by now, but that is not how my mind works at all. Hello, Archie. He's visiting. He wants me to throw the ball, like really bad. He wants me to throw the ball for him. But I'm busy. Sorry, buddy. For the record, I did throw the ball later for him. We throw the ball every afternoon. So I didn't, he's fine. Archie's okay. Please don't call animal control. He's fine. So the tomato cages, problem number 6, mistake number 6. I didn't know how many tomato plants I bought. I didn't have a certain amount that I was intending to buy. I didn't have a certain amount that I remembered that I did buy. I just bought some. I bought some tomato plants. Right now, let's see, let's count them. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6, let's call it 6, maybe 7 tomato plants. As you can see, I purchased 3 cages for the tomatoes. So that, if you are a math whiz, you will see that is not enough. That's not the right amount of cages for the tomatoes that I bought. So I'm sorry. If you're still watching this, I am so sorry. Like, if you know how to garden, if you are an enthusiast, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know this is bad. I know it's bad. I know it's bad. We're going to see how this turns out. Like in a few weeks or months, like when all of the vegetables and fruits are supposed to come to be harvested, when they're supposed to be ready, we're going to see. Oh, hi, Willow. We're going to see what is possible if you are like me and just don't care if you do it right. We're going to find out later. I effed around and I will find out later if this will work. We'll see. So I bought the 3 tomato cages, not the same amount as the number of tomato plants. So I think at some point I will have to go back to the nursery and purchase more. I promise you, I will count for real how many plants I have and how many more cages I need to support them and give them the best chance at thriving. So that's number 6, I think. What is number 7? What's the problem? Oh, okay. So problem 7 is that this kind of goes back to a prior problem, a prior mistake, but let's give it its own number. Mistake number 7 is that so when the seeds failed, okay, I realized they were not going to grow. I was like, but I still am determined to have a vegetable garden. Like I still want to try it. Okay. So I just like on a whim, on a random Sunday, I put my toddler in the car with me and I was like, you know what? You want donuts, so we're going to get some donuts. And I want plants for my garden. So let's go on a field trip. And we did. So we went, I had no plan. I didn't measure this. I didn't know how much dirt I had, as discussed. I didn't I didn't know. I didn't know. I did not know. I didn't know anything. So I just went. I was like, I think I want some tomatoes. I think I want some zucchini. I think I want watermelon. And then we'll just see what happens. And so we got to the nursery and I just got a little wagon and we just kind of wandered. We just kind of wandered around and I just kind of went up and down the aisles at the nursery and I was like, these look fun. This looks delicious. These look good. We'll try this. And then I kind of kept in mind like, okay, I don't want to spend more than like $75, right? Like I don't want to go crazy. Because again, like the likelihood that this will fail is pretty high. Like fairly certain this is not going to work out for me. So I didn't want to invest a lot of money because in the back of my mind, like I am aware, guys, I am aware that this is a horrible idea, but I still want to try. Like I want to dabble. I want to dabble. Like maybe it'll work. It could. Like okay, how about this? What if in the middle of summer, this garden is producing like amazing crops for me? Okay. Like what if I don't have to go grocery shopping anymore? What if, what if I'm feeding my family of five wait, is it five? Okay. Sorry. Well, like Ed's oldest daughter comes and visits once a week. Sure. It's a family of five. And listen, let's not get in. I'm not a details person. I don't know how many people there are. So what if this works, right? There's a chance, like life finds a way. Remember Jurassic Park? Like life wants to live. So if I give these plants dirt and water and sun, I mean, it's not enough dirt as we discussed, but maybe it could, I don't know. So number 7 is that I had no plan. There was not a plan. I picked random plants that sounded delicious. So here's what we ended up with. We have carrots. Again, I don't know how to, I don't know. Anyway, I'll get into that. I don't know about carrots. Like, I don't know how to plant them. I probably planted them wrong. I probably should have separated them more. We'll get into that. But we have carrots. We have a variety of different tomatoes, like cherry tomatoes and whatever, different tomatoes. We have beets because I like a beet. I'm a beet kind of gal. I love beets. We also have zucchini. I think I got like yellow zucchini squash and green. And what was the other thing? Oh, and pumpkin. I got 1 pumpkin plant and I got 3 watermelon plants. Now, you might be saying to yourself, wow, Megan, that sounds like a lot for the space that you have. And you would be correct because after I got home, I decided to use ChatGPT to ask, to just say, hey, ChatGPT, here's what I have and here's the space that I have. What do you think about that? Where should I put them? How should I plant them? Please help me. I don't know. And so ChatGPT was very kind. I don't know, whatever. The system was like, hey, maybe don't plant all the watermelon and the pumpkin because that's probably not going to turn out very good. They're going to run out of space. And I was like, yeah, but I already bought it. So here it goes. So, so even when I got an answer, even when ChatGPT told me the correct answer, I still willfully went against um, that advice. So here's what I did. I'll show you the plan that ChatGPT gave me here. I'm not looking at it right now as I'm talking, but I did screenshot what it told me to do, so I'll put that in here for your viewing pleasure. And then I'll tell you now what I actually did. So in the front, I put the beets and the carrots in the back in this front box here, and then in the back, I put the what am I gonna say? So in the front, I put the carrots. In the back, I put the tomatoes. In the middle, I put the 3 watermelon plants. Okay, so that's in the front box. In the back box, where you're seeing me kneeling right now, I put in the front the beets, and then in the back, I put the squash, the 2 different kinds of zucchini or squash or whatever. And then in the middle, I put the pumpkin plant. So I don't know if ChatGPT understood that it was 2 separate boxes, like that it might be okay to have the pumpkin and the watermelon. But ChatGPT highly encouraged me to not do both. Because I think they're anticipating that I probably had bought enough soil that it was that all of these plants were going to thrive and like do well. And if that happens, I guess the problem will be that those plants are like vines will grow, and then that will be too much, like too many vines, and then there won't be enough room, and then the other plants won't grow. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure. Also, I'm not clear with the carrots. Let's get back to the carrots. I'm very intrigued. The carrots and the beets, because I know the tomatoes. Like, I'm very familiar with tomato plants. I grew up with my grandfather growing tomatoes in his yard all the time. So I'm very familiar with that. Like, you plant the tomato plant, and then the tomato plant produces the tomatoes, and then you pick them, and then the tomato plant grows more tomatoes. Like, it continues to regenerate, right? Now with the carrots and the beets, does the same, like once you pull them out, it's done, right? Like you harvest it once and then that's it, right? Like you're not, like the plant won't regenerate. Like you pull it out and it's over. Is that how that works? I'm not even pretending. This is zero hyperbole. I actually, as a 41-year-old woman with a master's degree, I actually have no idea. So please explain that to me because I don't know. Also, with the carrots, they came in these little 4-packs, and I just took the little cube out of the cubes out of the 4-pack, and I just put the whole cube as it was in the ground. Is that right? Or should I have separated it even more? Like, do the carrots grow in little clumps? Or should I have like torn the roots apart and made the plants cry before I put them in the ground? I felt bad about that. I didn't want to hurt the carrot roots, so I left them in their little cubes. Is that right? I don't know. So there's that. And then with the beets, same thing. Like once I pull them, are they done? I don't know. And then from what I understand, I also don't know how the pumpkins are going to grow, how the squash is going to grow. Like, will the squash also regenerate like from the vine? Does the squash grow on a vine? And then multiple zucchini will happen and then more will come after I harvest them? Or is that it? Like once I get them, that's it. I don't know. I have one pumpkin plant. Like how many pumpkins are going to grow on the vine? Is it like a pumpkin? Same with the watermelon. Like how many watermelons? I put 3 watermelon plants. Oh, I didn't mean to share that with you guys. That's only for me. Don't look. Please don't look. My husband, I'm so grateful. Like he really does humor me. He has a lot of patience. Ed has a lot of patience for me. I don't even know what he's saying to me there, but it was probably encouragement and a little patronization mixed in, which fair, like that's not undeserved. Um, Actually, he's really happy with how all this looks right now, just because it looks like something is happening on purpose. Um, so he is happy with it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. That is what's happening with my garden. It's been, I think I did this, like I said, like 2 weeks ago. None of the plants have obviously like passed away. Like they all are still green. They all are still, like none of them look like they've wilted or, um, you know, given up. So so far so good. So far so good. Now, the last thing I will say though is the cardboard situation. So I am watering this every day in the hopes that the cardboard will start to break down a little bit. Like I do want it to be a barrier to the weeds from the old dirt that's been there for a million years. But I also need it to be a little mushy because like what if the carrots, I'm really worried about the carrots. I'm going to have like baby carrots because the depth of the dirt on top of the cardboard is not that deep. And so I feel like I need that cardboard to start disintegrating quickly so that the roots of all these plants have somewhere to go. Because it like, I feel like we're in a race against time here. So if anyone has a suggestion for that, or like, should I just go buy more soil and put it on top? Like, I, I'm okay. I'm going to say this. I'm like mildly open to suggestions from real gardeners. I am, yeah, mildly open to suggestions, meaning feel free, like if you are triggered by what you're seeing here today, please feel free to give me advice. Please feel free to tell me if there's anything that is within reason that I can do um, to put a band-aid on what I've already done. But just know, like, please don't be offended. Just know that if you do give me advice, please be nice because I'm, like I said, not mentally well right now. So try to be kind if you can. And then number two, if you give me advice, please understand, again, I'm not mentally well. So I probably, like, chances are high that I probably won't like run out and buy a bunch of stuff or like put in a ton of effort right away to do what you said. I'm like, I don't know, like if you say something simple, like I might try it. But if you're giving me like calculus homework, that I am so sorry. Like I can't. It's not that I don't love you. It's just I am not capable. So this is it. This is what happened. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Please give me easy, kind advice, and I will see you in the next video. All right. I love you. Goodbye.